Hey, what's up, guys? Sci-Fi Guy 2094 here. I have a really awesome review of a comic book, and I'm going to be talking about Justice League versus Suicide Squad. So here's the cover. This is from Rebirth, as you can see. Um, there's a lot that happens in this comic. I'm not going to go over the entire plot. Um, I'm just going to kind of give a brief synopsis, the main rundown and plot points, and kind of the conclusion of the the book overall and what I think about it. All right. So basically, to put very simply without going into too many details because there's a ton in this book, but to put simply, um, there is an older Suicide Squad that was commanded by Amanda Waller. Obviously, she works for Homeland Security, and basically, she she realizes that the old squad, the old Suicide Squad, which is basically like the first squad, it has people like Polaris, Enchantress, Lobo, a guy named Rustum. So these people, she kind of finds out are going to attack her. So she puts together this elaborate plan to where the new Suicide Squad, the current Suicide Squad, will come into contact and fight the Justice League. Basically, they're able to defeat the Justice League because of Enchantress's power, as well as Killer Frost, who's able to basically like steal people's life force. Once, and you can actually see on the back here, once they're actually in Amanda Waller's custody, um, it's kind of revealed that she basically did this because she wants protection from uh, the old Suicide Squad that's trying to kill her. So basically, the Justice League and the Suicide Squad have to team up to actually protect Amanda Waller. And the thing is, this was also an elaborate plot by Maxwell Lord because he's seeking the Heart of Darkness, which is at Amanda Waller's facility, and it basically gives the user the ability to control, people's hearts. It brings out the most uh, violent and dark nature in people. And Maxwell Lord seeks this item, and he can influence people's thoughts basically. So he already is a metahuman, and with this crystal, this Heart of Darkness, he could basically control anybody and anything he wants and make the world the way he wants it to be, which is pretty much what he does. He ends up taking control of the Justice League through the Heart of Darkness, and you know there's a battle that ensues. There are some members of the Suicide Squad that now are fighting with Batman as the Justice League to take down Maxwell Lord, and he has control of the Justice League. So it's a really good comic book. I'm not gonna go into too much stuff, during like the final battle. Um, the basic thing to know though is that obviously the good guys win in the end. So they're able to defeat Maxwell Lord. But the thing is, he becomes Eclipso, so he gets corrupted so badly. He wanted to make the world safe in his own eyes. He thinks he's doing a service, but when he thinks it's like this utopia, you know, Waller shows him that like, okay, look at what's happening, and like the whole place is burning. They're in DC when they show this. Maxwell Lord is like in the Oval Office now. um so the whole place is burning, everybody's just like insane, they've gone mad, they're killing each other, and then that's where like the final battle ensues. So um they're able to defeat Maxwell Lord, who has become Eclipso, due to some very smart thinking from Killer Frost. She's able to create this type of prism because they figured out that this very intense light can actually drive out. It's kind of like the weakness. It can drive out the Heart of Darkness from Maxwell. He had put a plan into place to kind of shield the Earth from invasions, but he was really doing that to block out the sunlight. So the Green Lanterns have basically put this entire barrier around the Earth, and not as much sunlight's getting in. So they're able to figure out, okay, like I said, Killer Frost makes this prism, and they're like, okay, well, how do we power it? So, Superman is under Maxwell Lord's control, well, who is now Eclipso. And, Batman is like, you know what, Superman, you were never human, and your kids know it too. Obviously he's under mind control. He's not thinking clearly, so he shoots this blast of heat. Killer Frost has created this prism, and she's got to distribute the energy in the right way. And eventually, she does that, and the blast is able to take out Maxwell because, like, intense light in the form of this, I guess, this sunlight in a way, which is going through the prism, is able to drive out the Heart of Darkness and defeat Eclipso. To put simply. Anyway, I think I'm getting too much into it, but I don't want to go over every little thing, but that's kind of like the main thing. So, there's Amanda Waller, there's a Suicide Squad. The old squad wants to kill her. She gets the new squad to go on a mission to where they fight the Justice League. They defeat the Justice League. The Justice League are in, like, I think they're at, like, Belle Reve, and then the squad attacks the old squad, and then they have to protect her, and then everything else ensues. That's the basic premise of this. I really like this comic. Overall, artwork is really good. Solid story, real solid story. Between the two teams, the old team and the new team, as well as the Justice League. It's really good. It's not what I expected. I just thought it would be like a straight up Justice League versus, this version of the Suicide Squad, like the new versions that we usually see, kind of like in the New 52 and things like that. But no, they had some history with the old team being brought in, with Maxwell Lord, his ambitions. So, it was definitely more than what I thought it would be. So it's really good. Looks like the writers are Joshua Williamson, Rob Williams, Tim Seeley, Jason Fabok, Tony S. Daniel, and Howard Porter are the writers on this one. So that is my review for Justice League versus Suicide Squad. Very, very good comic. Again, this is from Rebirth. I would give this a solid 9 out of 10, and you should definitely check this out.